Hey folks, Deano here again. This time taking a look at a much anticipated release. This is the OC Toys Plus GD Studio 05 Super Vegito version. And yeah, I think I can speak for everyone when I say when OC Toys announced this, a lot of people were very hyped for it, specifically because of the sheer amount of stuff that came with it. They were hoping, myself included, that this would pretty much be the definitive Vegito, because in a way it pretty much is. It is a combination of pretty much the best parts of both Beast Eaties and Demoniacal Fits molds. I'll go into that more in detail later. But yeah, I wish I could say this figure was perfect. Honestly, I really wish I could, but unfortunately, some parts of it just fall a bit short, and that's really disappointing to me, because I was really looking forward to this guy. Obviously, I don't have any of the other 3.0 style Vegito molds to compare against. I will be doing like comparisons in a part 2 to like Demoniacal Fits mold and Beast Eaties mold, but unfortunately I don't have the Vegitos yet. So yeah, just bear in mind with that. As soon as Neo Kongs arrives in the post, I will be comparing this guy to it, because that's pretty much the closest thing we will have to Beast Eaties, for me at least. But yeah, back to this guy. There are so many like little mind-boggling decisions that they've made that don't make any sense with this guy. I really don't get it. I'd kind of figured we would get some growing pains with this. This is OC Toys' first full figure release. I have a bit of a sneaking suspicion that Black Hole Toys may have something to do with this, which I will explain later. Just a couple of the old QC issues kind of remind me of Tonson's, which was made by Black Hole Toys, but yeah. Obviously, link is in the description if you do wish to purchase this guy, any of the variants. I'll also put a link to the upcoming Capsule Corp Heroes version. I don't call him Heroes Vegito because he's not, or Xeno Vegito. He is, yeah, I'm not even getting into it, but yeah, that version will have Super Saiyan Blue and Blue Kaioken, and hopefully has a bit better QC with this. But yeah, let's get this guy off the turntable and take a look at the boxes, plural. So, in terms of the boxes, obviously OC Toys are trying to go the way of Tonson and Beast Eaties, in that they're pretending the accessories and the body are two separate releases when they actually aren't. It's just a way to avoid copyright, I would assume, but yeah. We get this big box, which you would assume is what the figure comes in, but it isn't. This is just the quote-unquote accessory pack from GD Studios. I believe they're pretending this is, or they are. But yeah, this is when all the faces come in, all the hands, the two different heads that come in this packet, as well as the two Keyblade accessories as well. So yeah, taking a look at it, it's pretty plain. Like, we have just an outline of Vegito there, the GD Studio logo, the choking hazard, 18+, and on the back, just exactly the same, just pure black with 05 on it, and just some like writing on the side. I'm assuming it just says General Block Accessories Kit in different languages. That looks like Chinese and Japanese, so yeah, pretty standard stuff. And then we have the box that the figure came in, or the body, I should say. It's got the OC Toys logo, warning label, and on the back we have super articulated body, 40 points for articulation. It's a load of jargon, really. We know what's in it. It's a Vegito body based off the Beast Eaties mould. But yeah, let's get this out of the way and take a look at the accessories, of which there will be 2 parts. So yeah, I have to say this about OC Toys. The one thing I cannot fault them on at all is the accessory count. This is an insane amount of accessories to come with one figure. Let's be clear here. Like, it's just that I don't understand some of the choices, but yeah. First things first, we come with 2 heads. Unfortunately, they are both windswept, one going left and one going right. I realise I just done that back to front, but yeah. That's because they are expecting you to purchase this, their old accessory kit. But unfortunately, that is going to blow up in their face, and I will explain why shortly. We get 8 heads, or 8 faces, sorry, which I have to say are 100 million times better than the ones that came with the head sculpt set. OC Toys have really tightened up the decals on these. They look far more like Vegito. I would still say HMYR or Air probably still has the advantage there for like the most like a character. He just, honestly, at this point, he just can't be beat. Let's be honest here. But yeah, we get Stern Face, we get Smirk Face, Smirk looking down on his opponent, the wide-eyed kawaii sort of face that he pulls against Boo when he's holding his head tentacle. We get Smirk looking off and down, and we get the shouting face, which is nowhere near as awkward as the one that came with the headset. The face he actually pulls against Merge Zamasu, only in Super Saiyan. That's quite a cool one to give us. And then a really shocked, goofy, surprised face, which is really funny to look at. Really, really good. We actually get 4 neck pegs, one of which is still on the body. In fact, I'll just pop that off and add it to the pile. In terms of neck pegs, you would think we would have enough to fit pretty much anything, but no, they have really goofed with this, quite honestly. I'll just mention it now. These ones that look larger pegs here, you would think those are for Beast Eaties. They are not. They fit these heads perfectly, and they look like Beast Eaties neck sockets, but they are not. I had to dig this out of the old head sculpt set for Super Saiyan, because, spoilers, it doesn't fit. That does not fit in there at all. And that was a real nightmare to get back out of there. I thought I was going to destroy the head. So yeah, you would think OC Toys would realise that most of the people who bought the head sculpt set originally bought it for the Beast Eaties body. So it would have made sense to make your own body that you made, OC Toys, fit the peg hole that most people have in the head at this point. Honestly. But yeah, we'll get more into that rant later. But we do get 4 neck pegs. One is a really long big peg to small peg. The small peg is for the body, which is strange. Again, I don't know why they didn't just use the Beast Eaties peg system, but hey-oh. We get 2 more big peg to small pegs of varying length I would assume if you want him to have more of a neck with the heads sort of thing. And then the one that comes on him in the package is this one, which is the same size on either side. That is a standard 3.0 sized peg, which, why didn't you just... That's another thing as well. Like, they expected you to pop off that neck peg to put one of these ones in for the windswept hair, knowing full well that you're then going to have to pop it back out again if you want to put this one on. Why didn't we just stick to 3.0 size pegs? But yeah, that really frustrates me. Moving on, before this segment takes up 20 minutes, we get 8 pairs of hands, which again is really good. I commend them there with the amount of accessories. We get fists, Big Bang style Key Blast hands. Most of these are based off the Beast Deity's hands that we have seen already. Pair of Instant Transmission style hands, Kamehameha style hands, Standard Key Blast style hands, Martial Arts Posey hands. These ones are kind of a strange one. They kind of look alien to me. I don't know what these are meant for. If someone can maybe say in the comments what these are meant to be. I'm assuming there's some sort of martial arts posy hand, but yeah, they're just oddly made, and I don't know what they are. Really don't. And finally, as I'm messing up this entire set, a pair of Kamehameha style hands with a peg in them to go with the final Kamehameha style effect that we get in the packet. And yeah, to finish up this segment, we have one for each side, so you can put it whatever way you wish, where he is putting on his glove, which is really good. I think that's a really cool accessory. I personally don't use these because it just limits articulation. I say the same about crossed arms. If I wanted a statue, I would buy one. But that's not to say these aren't a cool accessory. Unsure if these fit Beast Deities. I would assume they do, because this is based off the Beast Deities / Demoniacal Fit body mold. But yeah. Finally, we get 2 replacement shoulder pads, which these ones are wrinkled. I'm not sure which side is for which. But yeah, these ones have wrinkles on the top of them. That is more Beast Deity's style for the shoulder pads. The ones that come on the figure in the packet are more flat. That is more Demoniacal Fit style. So yeah, it's nice that we get options. It's really cool that we get options. I just wish they were a softer plastic, because these are kind of hard plastic. I know Demoniacal Fit's Martialist Forever body had hard plastic as well, but Beast Deities, they made them quite soft, which did work out in its favour. But yeah, we can work with it. Let's move on to the energy effects that we get, shall we? So, the colour of these do vary based on the figure that you get. Super Saiyan, we get more of a normal Kamehameha colour scheme, which, I mean, it's fair enough. It's a really nice effect piece all the same. It's all coming up shades of blue in the camera, but the outer section is more turquoise in colour. In a part 2, I'll compare it to the final Kamehameha that we get normally with the official products and Demoniacal Fit. But yeah, really, really nice accessory. I do like that. We also get 2 Keyblade style accessories. This one, obviously, is the standard dark yellow. The base form, I believe, is white or clear. And oh, what's the God one? The God one's red. I don't think God comes with this effect piece here. Yeah, they are nice. They are malleable, not like the sort of recast ones that I showed off a few months ago. I have one of those here. They're also a lighter colour. But yeah, clearly based off this mould. Honestly, the only bit that's different is the bottom has this sort of splayed out effect on the recast. But yeah, I much prefer the one that comes with the OC toys, frankly. And yeah, finally, again, soft plastic. This is the swoosh sort of effect. They showed that this can be put on his foot and his hand. I'm unsure how well that works in practice. But yeah, this is quite a hefty piece. You will need to, unless for whatever reason the figure can hold it up in its own weight, you'll probably need a stand for this, which is one thing we don't get in this set, but I really can't grumble when it comes to accessory count. But yeah, let's get this out of the way and take a look at the figure itself now. Okay, so here we have the base body here. So I have already taken the liberty of popping the neck pegs back on. It's thankfully quite simple to take the peg in and out of the neck. It's another thing entirely to take it out of the head. That's quite a tight, snug fit once it's on there. But it does pop in fairly well. You'll just need probably a pair of tweezers if you want to swap them. So, not that it really matters because, like I said before, these neck pegs, apart from the one that comes with it in the packet, do not fit the standard hair. So, yeah, bear that in mind. That just pops on really nicely. Unlike their old hair sculpt as well, these ones are actually quite soft and malleable, including the faces as well. They are like a definite different plastic altogether when you look at it. Probably have to bring the weight balance up slightly. There we go, that'll do. No. Come on. There we go, that'll do. Wrist pegs are a little bit on the tight side, so be careful with those. Pop those in like so. There we go. Satisfying snap, but yeah, just watch in case they do snap. These shoulders are really starting to annoy me. They do not like sitting where they should be sitting. I think it's the pads that actually come on him in the package that's causing it. Might try swapping them out with the Beast style just to see if there's any difference there. Yeah, as you can see, the colour of the hair is much more yellowy tone than what we got in the accessory kit. Plus, for some reason, the skin tone in the accessory kit is a different skin tone to the figure bodies. What? The whole reason you didn't include this hair was so that people would buy this set, and most of the stuff that comes with it doesn't fit. What are we doing, OC Toys? What are we... Honestly. But yeah, he does look good for like the most part. Like I said, some QC issues plaguing this guy that really could have been fixed before release. I have no idea why they were not seen to before release. But yeah, taking a look at the figure, you will see on the knees, particularly this one, not only does it look a bit bow-legged, it also does that thing where Tonson Art Trunks does, where it doesn't actually sit flat, like it sort of bends inward. Both of the knees do that. But yeah, this one is especially noticeable, which is, yeah, a bit frustrating, considering you want Vegito to stand there looking badass. He can't do that if the tolerances are off. Yeah, taunts and trunks had that issue as well. That's why I am leaning towards this being like produced in Black Hole Toys factory. But yeah, that is just a theory, a game theory, but yeah. But yeah, overall, details of the figure look really nice. As I said before, it's based off the Beast Deity's mould with a little bit of demoniacal fit sprinkled in there. For example, the shoulders here are the flat style that demoniacal fit went with, as opposed to Beast Deity's, which had the wrinkles. This inner gi, the cut here at the top on his pecs, on the Beast Deity's version, it is like a V cut at the top here, which looked a bit odd. OC Toys have modified that to make it more of a natural sit, which looks much better. I still kind of prefer Demoniacal Fit's overall top torso that they used for Martialist Forever. But yeah, this will do. And they also solved the... Is my camera jumping up and down? I just looked at that there. Strange. Yeah, the gloves. On the Beast Deities, there was quite a bit more skin showing before the gloves started, which made the arms look a bit lanky. OC Toys have solved that, which is very much appreciated. That looks much better. The one thing Beast Deities really struggles with is proportions, especially with the arms. Like, the arms always tend to look really long with them. I don't know why. But yeah, last thing that they have improved is the feet. Substantially so. They took the Beast Deities style feet and they basically overhauled them completely. These are ball hinge with a ball peg at the top. So it's Legendary Super Saiyan or Daima adult style that we've got going on down there. So you get a lot more range. We'll look at that more when we get to articulation. But yeah, overall, the overall look of him is really good. I just wish we didn't have these sort of niggling QC issues. Hopefully it's just because this is the first batch and OC Toys do improve. So yeah, speaking of articulation, we get really good. I say that as the neck would rather pop off than actually move, but you know. Let's get that back on there. Come on, there we go. So yeah, this hair isn't the best. It doesn't really go up any. It goes down really well though. Side to side, swivel, pivot, all the rest of it. And we get movement at the lower neck as well. I get the feeling the standard hair will be better. But yeah, something to keep in mind. The arms are, yeah, these are proving to be a bit of a nightmare. That is as high as you get once you fiddle about with it. You can swivel it round, get it that far. So as long as you don't treat this as coming with the arm, it's actually okay, but it does tend to get in the way. Butterfly is actually pretty good once you maneuver it. So you can get that far forward, really nice. That's a lot of articulation there. You just have to get that shoulder piece out of the way again. Yeah, that is a frustrating piece of articulation there. That really could have been solved a lot better than it was. Bicep swivel, double joint at the elbow, gets past 90, ball hinge at the wrist, standard stuff. The waist is, or the abs, sorry, is another part that's kind of an issue with tolerances. So the abs can go down pretty decently, but once you get it that far, this back piece here has not been sculpted correctly, so it bumps into the top of the torso. You have to pop that in to get that past there. Can lean back slightly, but not to any massive extent. Ball peg at the waist, gets lots of swivel and pivot and all that good stuff. Legs can do the splits easily. They do not have any sort of pull down system. They can kick up that far. They can't really kick back any because we're still dealing with hard plastic back sides. Third parties really need to start falling to mashy with that and giving us soft crotches. Yes, I know how that sounded. We do have the updated sort of ball peg at the thigh rotation, so we get rotation there, which is really nice, feels really good, and it also moves in, so he can go backwards, which the only other figure I've been able to do that with so far is Daimagoku, the adult one, so nice to know third party is following suit. Double hinge at the knee, which gets good range. We are not following the single joint system yet, but yeah, obviously tolerances mean that does not go all the way, which is very unfortunate. And then we have ball peg at the top with a ball hinge at the bottom, which gets really nice range forward and back. If we push it back, we get really good kick forward. And if we move it back the way, we get really nice back, like so. And we also get some really nice ankle pivot, which is quite nice. No idea why Beast Deities have never fixed that. Their feet were atrocious. And obviously, toe hinge, which feels a little bit gummy, I have to say, but it does the job. It exists. So yeah, overall it's a decent figure. I do think that even though there is quality control issues with him, that he's still one of the best Vegitos on the market. We shall see if Neo Kong takes that crown, because obviously Neo Kong is incredibly affordable, and they are doing HMYR style head sculpt sets with some of their bodies. So yeah, we shall see. But yeah guys, I think what I'll do is I'll definitely be turning this into a part 2, because we're at nearly 30 minutes already. Part 2, I will see if these different neck pegs fit some of the 2.0 heads. I've got a few of them there. Obviously I can't compare it with any of the other third party heads. We shall also see what that looks like. In fact, no, that's not fair to you guys. Let's see what that one looks like on here, shall we? We will do the rest in a part 2. So yeah, to be able to do this head swap properly, you need to get the neck peg that comes on this figure in the package, which to my knowledge doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Standard 3.0 style peg, and you somehow have to dig out this to get the 3.0 neck peg hole into that. So yeah, we pop that in. It's a much harder plastic. Oh my god, give me 2 seconds. There we go, managed to get it pegged in. So yeah, just to prove that these new faces fit in the old head. There we go. That fits nicely. And just put the front bangs back on. Front bangs are not interchangeable between the different head sculpts. I have no idea why they done all that, but they did. Yeah, that looks really nice. I like that. I like it a lot. What I would like better though is the smirk face to be on here. So let's get that out of there. Pop that one in. Fits on quite nicely. And voila. These heads are a bit tighter, so you do have to make sure everything's in place. And yeah, that looks good. Those faces with that head sculpt does make pretty much the definitive Vegito to me. I do like it better than HMYR now. I've decided. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. As I said before, I'll leave a link to both the figures and these heads. Just be aware when you're putting them on that you need to use the peg that comes with the body by default with the 3.0 peg adapter. Still completely mind-boggling why we didn't just go the Kong Studios size route, seeing as how that would have been the most obvious with what everybody was using this head for originally. But yeah, overall decent figure even with its issues. So yeah, tune in to part 2 when I'll be seeing if these old heads even fit the proportions of the new body. I am going to assume not, but I do want to see it in action. And yes, I will be torturing myself trying to put this thing on. And I also have some of the 2.0 accessories, demoniacal fit, a sort of finger blast thing. I can't remember the name of it. Just to see if the hands fit on these pegs. And Boo's tail, Boo's tentacle that came with that head sculpt set. If this doesn't fit, I'm going to be face desking. Yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you think this figure is worth it or not? Let me know. Leave a like if you enjoyed. And until next time, guys, I'll see y'all later.